Total Makeup Junkie 101. So welcome to my new, maybe temporary, maybe not type of background. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you guys have probably seen my new vanity desk. It's so beautiful. I just want to touch it all the time. I recently moved into a new apartment and I decided, you know what, a new apartment means a new change, maybe a new beautiful background setup, and of course a new beautiful piece of furniture. I don't know how you guys are gonna like this setup once I actually get a mirror put like back here on the wall, because of course, you know, a vanity is a desk and a mirror, and I don't have a mirror, I just have the desk. I don't know if this is gonna be a relatively permanent filming location. I think I may move around my apartment in a couple of different locations until you guys say, that one, I love that setup. Of course, if you guys wanna see the entire like desk and the beautiful sitting stool that I have for it, you guys have to check out the picture on my Instagram page. My Instagram is always linked in the description box down below. Getting on into what this video is about. This is gonna be a chatty one. If you guys do not like chatty videos and if you guys do not care to hear me ramble or put on makeup, you guys will not like this video. This is going to be a chatty get ready with me. I haven't filmed a get ready with me in a long time, and it's because I have been moving, I have been working full-time Monday through Friday, and I have literally had very minimal time to film. And for me, review videos and videos that I do very regularly are just easier for me to film. They take up less time than a get ready with me like this. But I figured since today I had a little bit of time, let's go ahead and do a slightly different video. I have done a couple of other get ready with me's. One of them was another very chatty one. One of them was a pretty quick one. This one is definitely gonna be a long one, and I'm warning you now because I know a lot of people don't like long videos. And if you don't like long videos, just X out right now. So in today's Get Ready With Me, I'm using a whole bunch of new products that are brand new to me or brand new to you guys in the sense that you haven't seen me talk about them. For example, the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I did Instagram a picture of when I picked this up. I've been using it for a long time and I do demo it in this look. I'm also using the LA Girl Spice blush. This is the Beauty Brick blush palette, and I did Instagram a picture of these as well. I'm also putting to use the brand new Cover FX custom cover drops. I talk a little bit about these and demo it so you guys can see how they work. Those are just a couple of the things that I talk about in this Get Ready With Me, so if you guys are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, keep watching. Alrighty, so we are starting off with a pretty much clean face. I actually did a whole eye look, wiped it off because it looked like trash, and now we're gonna start over. We are going to use our Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eyeshadow Primer Potion as per usual. The last look I did was using a pigment that I had never used before, and it looked so horrible. There was no way I could actually put that up for you guys to watch. It was just no. We're going to start off by using a palette that I have been requested to do a look with, a tutorial with, a review on. It is the new Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I Instagrammed a picture of when I got this, and honestly, I have been using it to death, as you guys can see. I've only had it for like 2 weeks, and I've been using it literally like every day. So we're gonna start off by using this first color right here. It's kind of a medium neutral toned brown. Just taking this on a medium fluffy brush and blending this through the crease. This shade is like my perfect transition shade. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's not too dark, and it's not too light. It is literally the perfect transition shade for me. I apologize about my dry hands. You guys are gonna see my desert hands throughout this video. My hands are really dry, and I know I should be putting on lotion, but I figured I'm gonna be touching my face in a bit anyways when I apply my primer and foundation and stuff, and I don't really want hand lotion all up in my pores, so you're just gonna see desert hands. Okay, now I'm going to take this dark warm brown right here, and I'm going to get that sort of into the outer corner-ish area, a little bit through the crease, and kind of onto the lid as well. We're going to be using a really pretty like foily lid shade. So I just want to get this to help blend that shade once I get it on. And you guys can obviously tell by the temporary new setup we have going on. I moved. I have been moving around so much lately. For those of you guys who don't know, I do have a full-time job. I know I get a lot of questions on my job and if YouTube is my job, and it is not. YouTube is 100% my hobby. I have a full-time job that I work at almost 12 hours a day, but I really like my job right now, and it's something good to help grow my career. So I can't complain. Now that I feel like my eyes are pretty well blended, we're gonna go in and smoke it out even more once I get my lid shade on. But I'm going to jump into this palette. I have a whole bunch of Hot Makeup single eyeshadows in here. If you guys aren't familiar with Hot Makeup, I don't really know that much about the brand, to be honest. I saw them at IMATS and I didn't pick anything up from IMATS, but I saw these shadows in Namie's recently, which is like a beauty makeup supply shop, and I decided to swatch them, and they swatch beautifully. I ended up picking up 11 of their shades. They weren't that expensive. I think they were about $10 or so a piece in the refill pan, which I don't think is bad considering the shadow size itself is so large. I just picked one shade at random that I want to use. We're going to use this shade. This is called LE10 Stop Here. I'm just going to take this on my finger. I feel like the texture of these is very similar to the Makeup Geek foiled shadows. As you guys can see, they're super smooth and soft and extremely pigmented, but I'm not sure how well they would work with a brush. I haven't actually used them, so they could be amazing, but I'm just gonna use my finger and just pat this onto my lid. This shade is it's like a taupey charcoal is what I would describe it as. It doesn't have a whole lot of purple in it, but it's a very cool charcoal gray. I like this a lot. So as I was saying, I recently moved, and my new apartment, I love it. I absolutely love it. It is so amazing. It's the perfect size, the perfect location. I love everything about my new apartment. I just don't have furniture in it yet. I'm getting furniture in a couple of days. So temporarily, I am sleeping on a mattress pad on the floor. Do what you gotta do. I do have internet and cable and a TV though, so it's relatively livable. I just don't have a couch. I don't have a bed. I don't have anything. That went on so beautifully, and it practically blended out perfectly with my fingers. I am really loving that. We're gonna go back into the same blending brush that I have been using this entire time. I'm trying to make this easy for you guys. One brush look. And I'm just going to not add any more product right now and just blend out the edges of that foily shadow. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I don't know why I haven't heard anybody talk about these shadows yet. And like I said, I purchased that with my own money. That wasn't sent to me, and it really is pretty. Okay, because I don't want to mess up any of that beautiful shimmer going on because I love it, I just want to add a little bit of dimension to the outer corners. I'm going to go back into the Kat Von D palette and take the black shade. This can get really intense and really out of hand, so I'm just going to take a very tiny bit on that brush and just get it here in this outer part. You can always go back in for more, but you know, if you get too much on your brush, it's going to be hard to blend it out. So now we're going to go ahead and highlight under the brow using this. It's a very light buttercream yellow color. I'm just taking that on a really strangely shaped e.l.f. brush and just getting that under the brow. One thing I do want to say about this palette, oh, I'm getting it in my inner corner too, obviously. One thing I do want to say about this palette is it is extremely powdery, so do keep that in mind. These shades are pigmented, but when you get your brush in it, you will have powder kick up for like eternity. As for eyeliner, I'm going to do something that I pretty much never do, so this could turn out to be a complete and total disaster. I'm going to use a flat brush and take it into the black shadow and just use the shadow as kind of a smoky liner. And the reason I don't do this is because normally I like a very, very precise liner look, but we're just gonna try this. Since I have a smoky eye going on, I figured, you know what, let's just smoke out the liner. I don't think I'm gonna get that all the way into my inner corner. I think I'm gonna go about 2/3 of the way through. This is really difficult to apply when you're not used to it. It just kind of darkened up the eye. If you guys can see from this side to this side, it just kind of darkened up the eye without giving any sort of actual precise line. I don't normally just use shadow as liner, but I may do this more often. I'm liking how easy it is. The more I keep looking at it, the more I feel like the eye look is a little unfinished. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid liner because I'm a liquid liner junkie. But I'm not going to wing it out. I'm just gonna apply a really thin line just to my lash line to see if I can give even a little bit more depth. I think I really like the way that looks better. So you guys can see I didn't wing it out, but I did apply a really, really thin line of liner to this eye versus this eye, which is without it. Okay, much better. I don't know if you guys can really tell a difference, but I can tell a difference and I like it with the liner just a teensy bit more. Moving into face, I'm going to start off with my Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. This is the base smoothing primer. And I actually got this little tube as a sample at Sephora, but I am almost done with this puppy. I'm like squeezing out the last little bit of it. So I am definitely going to pick up another tube during the sale. I picked up a couple more of these primers. I have the nourishing one and I think the mattifying one, but I will say I think the smoothing one is my favorite. I'm really, really glad I got to try a sample of it because I don't think I actually would have purchased it. So mainly I'm getting that in my pore trouble areas. So I got it around my nose. I'm going to blend it a little bit here on my forehead and then get a little bit on my chin. And so you guys can see what's going on. I should zoom you guys out a little bit, huh? Just realized I didn't curl my lashes or apply mascara, but I'm gonna do that after I do my face makeup because that's normally what I do. Because if I apply a powder to my face, a lot of times if I already have mascara on, the powder will get onto the mascara and then your mascara won't look as black. So normally I apply mascara at the end and you always want to remember mascara. Sometimes I'll forget and look crazy. Then I'm also going to go overboard a little and apply some of this Smashbox primer water. It's the Photo Finish primer water. I picked this up a couple weeks ago and I'm still not sure what I think of it yet. I've been using it a lot, but I'm on the fence. It is refreshing, but I don't know what the difference between this and normal water is. So we'll see. As for foundation, I'm going to be using the new Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. I picked these up recently at Sephora. The shade I color matched myself to is N70, and I have actually been using this mixed with my Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and I have really been loving it. But today I wanted to do a different combo, and I'm going to be mixing it in with the Perfekt Skin Perfecting Gel. The shade I have here is Radiant. I'm going to take some of this Perfekt primer on the back of my hand. I'll take maybe about that much. If you guys aren't familiar with these, by the way, I know a lot of other YouTubers have been talking about them recently, so I just kind of assume you guys know what I'm talking about. But I can't assume things. This is basically drops of pure pigment is what Cover FX claims. So essentially this is like liquid, like completely liquid, full coverage foundation. So you're not supposed to use this by itself. You're supposed to mix this in with your favorite moisturizer, with your favorite primer, with another foundation that you feel like needs more coverage. This is basically just coverage in a bottle. You can add it to any other liquid substance you want to put all over your face. I am going to take about 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of it. I'm going to put 4 drops onto the Perfekt Gel, and then I'm gonna try to blend it. Now the Perfekt Gel is kind of thick and it's kind of silicone-y, and it's like a primer essentially. So you guys can see how that gave it some coverage. It now looks like a foundation. That's really cool. I'm going to get that onto my face. My plan was to blend this in with my fingers, my hands, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. Let's see. Because this Perfekt gel is already kind of like a primer, I'm kind of like maybe over priming my face now that I think about it, because technically I applied 3 primers if you count the Smashbox primer water as a primer. Yeah, I'm gonna want to go in with a brush and blend this out. This has a lot of coverage. Maybe I should have gone with 3 drops or 2 and built my way up. I think I got a little overly ambitious there. You guys can see the kind of coverage it's having. It really is covering a lot. Like it's a lot of coverage. I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques. What is this even called? The Expert Face Brush. I really like this brush. And just kind of blend the edges of that makeup. Didn't even bring concealer out here to put under my eyes. Should I get some? I should, shouldn't I? That looks so beautiful. Like really beautiful, and it feels beautiful on too. I don't say that about a lot of foundations, that it feels beautiful on, but this one just feels so lightweight because all I can really feel is the Perfekt gel, which is pretty much lightweight. So I'm loving this. Alrighty, so I went and washed my hands, so all of that junk is off, and I grabbed my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Caramel. I don't feel like I need this much full coverage of a concealer, but let's just go with it. I'm just gonna apply just a little bit, just like a couple dots like that, just under my eyes. I'm just gonna use that same Expert Face brush to blend it in. Normally I would take a smaller brush for concealer, but it was here, so we're just gonna go with it. Oh, my skin just looks so good. I can't even like stop looking at it. I have a mirror right here in front of me, and it just looks so natural but still flawless. I love it. Definitely gonna use this combo again in the future. I am so happy with it. These Cover FX drops are just thebomb.com. You can mix them with anything. Now I'm going to set my face with a brand new powder that I just picked up. It's not new to the market, it's just new to me. This is the Mercier Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. This is raved about, so I haven't even opened it. Let's see. I know you can use the setting powder with a sponge or like a puff as well. I think that's how they recommend you use it, but I'm a brush gal myself, so let's just use a brush. I know people just take this powder right up under their eyes as well to kind of set their concealer with no issues. Particularly when I use a loose setting powder, that's when I like to do my eyebrows last and my eyelashes last as well. It went on nicely. No complaints. It is a translucent setting powder. For my eyebrows, honestly, I don't do that much because, I mean, they're pretty full just by themselves. I have a little bit of a gap like right here and like a little bit here that sometimes I like to fill in, but honestly, I don't do it always because I don't always like that super precise brow look. But I'll do a little bit of filling in for today. See, like, can you really tell a difference? Maybe slightly. And then go ahead and set with some clear brow gel. I'm just using the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. Now we're just going to curl our lashes, and I'm going to be using a brand new mascara to me. This is the Benefit Roller Lash. This is a little baby sample I got, I think from Sephora, but I'm gonna use it nonetheless. The brush on this is like a slightly curved, ooh, let's bring you guys in closer, slightly curved plastic brush. I'm sure you guys have heard people talk about this already. People seem to really love it. So far, so good. It's making my lashes look long, I don't know if it's really doing much for the volume of them though. I don't know about this mascara, guys. I don't think I love it. It's giving me decent length, but like no volume at all. Granted, I don't really know what the claims of this mascara are, but I always like my mascara to give me both length and volume. And I compare everything to my CoverGirl Clump Crusher, which is like the best mascara on the universe. I don't know if this one competes with that. Okay, so we are officially done with eyes now. I'm going to go ahead and do my cheek products now. I'm going to use one of these new LA Girl blush collection. What is this called? The Beauty Brick blush collection, and I'm going to use the shade Spice. I have all 4 of the shades that LA Girl released. This doesn't fold all the way back. That makes it difficult. I have all 4 of the shades that LA Girl released in this Beauty Brick blush collection, and this is the one that I thought would go best with the look I have on now. Since this is pretty smoky, I wanted to maybe use this blush color, which is a really pretty kind of rosy neutral. I have yet to use any of these palettes yet, so I have no idea what the pigmentation or anything is like. So I'm just gonna take my Sonia Kashuk blush brush, and you guys can see it looks pretty pigmented. Ooh, okay. It's like the first time I went in, it wasn't that pigmented, and then I went to build it up, and the pigmentation just like exploded on my face. Good thing we know how to blend this out. Now we're gonna do highlight, and instead of using the highlight in this palette, because I wasn't a big fan of the texture of that blush, I want to use this highlight that I've been obsessing over. You guys will definitely see this in my monthly favorites video for April because I love it. It is the Lorac TANtalizer Baked Bronzer, and this is just in the normal, it's like the normal shade. It's not the new one they released. They've had this for a long time, and I don't know why anybody has not talked about this. It is such a beautiful, like bronzy, glowy highlight for me. This could work as a bronzer, I guess, on lighter skin tones, but it is quite shimmery. It kind of reminds me of a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It's so beautiful. Can you guys see that glow? Oh my gosh. See how this cheek has no glow? And how this cheek's just, oh, I love it. And spritz my face down yet again with the L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Setting Spray. And then for lips, I'm going to use one of these new Sonia Kashuk Shine Luxe lip colors that I got. This is not a new formula, but it's a new shade. It's called Nirvana, and it's from her new, it's either a spring or summer collection, but the packaging is so beautiful on it. And this shade is really, really pretty. It's a really pretty kind of nudie, peachy type color. I've been wearing this a lot. You guys can see it's been quite used. And you can apply a lip liner with this if you want. I'm not going to, because I'm actually going to be filming a lip swatch video that you guys will see on Thursday right now, so I'm pretty much going to be wiping this off immediately, but you can apply a lip liner. And that is the completed look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. I told you it was going to be a chatty one, but I haven't just sat and talked to you guys in forever, so I'm really happy I got to do that and you got to see how I achieved this makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in my next video on Thursday. I'll see you then. Bye! And their newest set, which is their In Bloom collection, which was released as a part of the spring collection, is at Macy's, and I believe they are a Macy's exclusive item. She released 32